What's up, crew?
What is going on?
What's up, everybody? We are live. Let's double check, make sure we're live in the group. This is going to be fun, man. I'm excited.
Yo, what are those things you have going on in the back? Those dots.
That? Wait.
The colorful ones.
Oh, that's like something hanging off the wall that we had up there for my Christmas time. I just never took it down.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Where'd I go, man? Am I still showing up on the screen?
Yeah. It says you're live.
Okay, perfect.
We got 0 viewers, though.
Oh, come on, man.
I know it's been 10 seconds, but it's okay. It's all right. I'm a little impatient.
For some reason, in B Live, I'm not showing up. Let's see if it's still... It's fine, though, as long as I'm showing up on Facebook. Oh, dude, we got 11 people on, man.
What?
You got to look at Facebook, bro.
Oh, shit.
What's up, everybody? We have 13 people on here.
All right.
Let's
see it's updating now. Let's do it.
Dude, I'm excited, man. So,
dude, how are you feeling today?
Huh?
How are you feeling today?
Oh, dude, I feel so good, bro.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting, man? Like, for example, yesterday, right? I had breakfast, and then I had lunch, and then I had dinner. And, like, midday, I told you, man, like, I was so tired. Yeah. I think it probably was a lack of sleep, but I noticed, like, today I fasted to, like, 1:30. I didn't eat anything. All I had was black coffee, some water, and then I had a really lean meal, like some grilled chicken and some salad. And, dude, I've got energy like a freaking Energizer bunny, dude, right now.
I can't work like that. I got to have breakfast and everything. Otherwise, I'll be like the opposite. So,
well, if for me, if it's a day where I lift and I go really hard in the gym, I got to eat breakfast.
Got it.
Got to eat. But sometimes, dude, I can just go on air, bro. You know? That's it.
Some kind of alien.
That's what I've heard. Cool. So, dude, we got 19 people on. I'm excited, man. This is going to be good.
This is good.
Okay, so, guys, this is going to be probably one of the most powerful interviews we've ever done, and one of the most powerful interviews you guys are probably are gonna ever watch. So if you guys are watching this live, which obviously we've got about 18, 19 of you on right now, give me a comment right now in the comment section. Give me a hashtag live. And the reason why I want you guys to do that, you might think I'm a crazy person, but actually Facebook is just really, really weird, and they don't want to show this live to anybody. So literally. So the more you guys engage and drop some comments and like this video and heart it and the whole thing, the more people Facebook will show this to, the more people can get value from this, and the more people we can have a positive impact on.
Just push out that value.
That's it, man. That's what it's all about. So let's get some comments coming in. Hashtag live. Like this video. Give it a heart. Give it a whatever emoji you guys are feeling right now.
Yo, can I see the comments, or is that just you?
You should be able to see it too, man. If not, you should just go on Facebook. Are you on your computer?
Yeah.
Facebook will show this too. The more people get value. So you can mute the tab in Google Chrome.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then you can just look at the comments.
Okay.
So guys, we're going to get into this interview. We're going to chat it up with Mr. Karan here, talk about his journey and some really cool stuff. And then at the end, we'll open it up to questions. So if you guys want to drill me and Karan, and more so Karan, he's the star of the show right now, make sure you stick around. Don't jump off. Don't go watch some Taylor Swift or some cat videos. Okay,
it's going to be good.
It's going to be good. So, dude, like, let's just talk about you and your story. Like, just tell people what you got going on, what you've had going on last like year or so, and
yeah, dude. So like, I was just thinking back. It was about a year ago. I had this crazy idea. I'm gonna start an agency. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing right now? Like, I've always had interest in business, so I was like, maybe flipping cars, tried stocks a little bit. Had a little bit of success with that, but like it was just hard with a 9 to 5, you know, stock market's 8 to 4, so it doesn't work out. And then I saw this Facebook ad, for like starting a Facebook agency. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me start it out. So I invested in a mentor, something that everyone should do. And I got into that, learned how to run ads. And then maybe like 3 or 4 months down the road, got a client. And then after that, I wanted to work on my sales a little bit. Invested in another coach and did some more stuff with him, but only stuck around for like, I don't know, like 1 or 2 clients at a time at the most. I wasn't really able to like go past that. I was always capped at 1 to 2 clients. And then I would try and prospect while doing all the fulfillment for those clients and get stuck. I think your word for this is hamster wheel. Get stuck in this hamster wheel trap. that most people get stuck in. Like you get a couple clients, you try to prospect, all that stuff, and then it just like doesn't work. It just blows up and you start losing clients. You don't know what you're doing prospecting. Everything's just all over the place. It's a mess. So fast forward to like, I don't know, December, Christmas time. It was like New Year's coming up. I'm like, all right, I got to make this work because I've been trying this for like 9 months now. Nothing's happening. I have like one client. He was paying me like $500 a month. I was like, what the hell is this? This is not an agency. This is like a hobby. And I just got frustrated and I saw Brian and Sebastian in this LinkedIn group and, you know, they were doing their stuff, trying to ignore them because I was trying to avoid any shiny object stuff, but I couldn't do it anymore. I'm like, LinkedIn's the place to go. I need to figure this out. Tried it on my own for a month or two before that. Didn't know how to do it. I was like, how the fuck are these guys getting all these leads, getting all these clients from LinkedIn? I can't get one freaking meeting with anybody. And then I talked to Brian. He just explained everything to me super clearly. And I was just like, yeah, dude, I need to do this. I need to get in here. So I remember the date, January 10th, when I hopped in. And Brian told Aaron, he's like, dude, get this guy enrolled ASAP. Like he wants to move quick. Just do it. Do it as fast as you can. And Aaron like messages me, calls me. He's like, all right, dude, let's go. This is it. This is what you got to do. You want to get to 10K a month ASAP. Like this is what you got to do. This is the metrics you got to hit. Go do it. 6 days in the program, 9K deal closed. Like what? I couldn't believe it. Like I couldn't believe it myself. I went and got a pizza. And I tried to send that testimonial video to you. Aaron wouldn't let me. I was like,
you sent me the one with the hat.
Yeah, I sent you one with the hat. And then I got another client after that. Then I got a pizza with it. And I was like, dude, Aaron, send this to Sebastian. He's like, I'm not fucking sending that video. He's like, he wanted a testimonial. I'm going to send this to him. But yeah, like 1 month in and closed like $22,000 worth of deals. And it's only gotten up since then. And then obviously like Aaron and I partnered up since then. And like, you know, a couple weeks into the program, now we have the Solar Edge and we're at like 10, 15K a month of recurring revenue right now. And it's insane. Like things are blowing up like crazy. We have people reaching out to us doing all this. And then just 2 days ago, today's Wednesday, right? So Monday, walked into my office. I wasn't even going to give my notice. I was going to do it tomorrow, actually. Monday, walked into my office and I was just like thinking, like, dude, I don't want to wait any longer. Like, this is it. Like, this is what I want to do. Done. I was like thinking all day. I'm like, shit, am I doing it today? I messaged Aaron. I'm like, dude, I'm nervous. I don't want to do it right now. I'm like, I'm just going to do it Thursday. He's like, no, dude, do it today. You got to do it today. He like talked me down off the ledge because I was like freaking out. I'm like, what am I doing? I have a 6-figure. I was making like 100. I'm still making it now, but $100,000 plus salary, 6-figure salary, and I'm about to just step away from it for this pipe dream that I think is possible. And then what do you know? Like I had talked to my boss. I'm like, hey, I want to talk at 3 p.m. And during lunch, I go and write my resignation letter, type it up, print it out at work. And then 3 p.m. comes along. I'm like, hey, dude, this is it. Like I'm out. Like didn't know what to think. He was just like, what are you talking about? Like, where are you going? And I'm like, yeah, I have a business. He's like, what? What do you mean you have a business? I'm like, yeah, I do marketing for solar companies. Just blown away. And honestly, dude, it's just like that day, I think you would talk to me about it and Brian talked me down a little bit as well. And it just comes with the territory. Like entrepreneurs, we're just built to be uncomfortable pretty much. We just want to go where the discomfort is. And the more you do that, the better you become. And after that day, dude, it's felt great. Like my last day is next Friday, and can't even believe like since 3 months like that I'm here. I joined January 10th, kicked out that $500 client, started from scratch, essentially $0 a month, and now we're doing 10 to 15K a month in 3 months. It's just, dude, it's unbelievable. Like I just so thankful for you guys and Aaron and Brian and everyone else in the group. I think I posted that a couple days in a private group, just telling everyone like how much it all means to me. But it's been unreal, dude. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
That's kind of my story. I know it's a lot to take in for a lot of people. It's hard to believe sometimes. Talgo's working in PJs. Yeah, soon, dude. And then what did he say? How did it feel when you told your employer I was leaving? It felt amazing. I was nervous. I was really nervous. But yeah, now I feel great. it was just like I was stumbling over my words. Like usually I'm good on calls, and then in person I'm like even better. But this got me really like choking up. Not like I was gonna cry or anything, but just like what am I doing right now?
Yeah.
It's a big move.
For sure, brother. So we'll save questions to the end just so we can keep a good flow going.
Yeah.
But guys, like for those of you that are watching live, like we'll set aside plenty of time for questions. So don't worry too much about that. So dude, let's dissect your awesome story a little bit, because for me it was actually kind of similar. I definitely wasn't making six figures with my job. I mean, a lot of you guys know I was working sales at a gym, making maybe 40 grand a year, which I guess for a 19-year-old isn't too shabby, but obviously nothing where I wanted to be. And dude, it was, handing over that resignation letter was a weird feeling, man. It was a crazy mix of emotions. It was like finally out, but it was also like, what am I doing? It's weird.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about just some other aspects of your journey, man. Like, talk to us about what were and you kind of touched on this a little bit. What were some of your biggest struggles, before obviously working with Brian and I at Agency Hypergrowth, and, when you were trying to grow your agency, like what were you doing and how was it working out for you?
Dude, the biggest thing that I struggle with is understanding that getting leads is not the hardest part of running an agency. Like, I thought my problems would be solved once I was able to talk with people, that I would just close them really easily. Like, I thought that was my biggest issue, getting leads. And I would always focus all of my efforts on prospecting and getting leads, and I wouldn't even think about what I was going to do once I got the leads, like the sales process or anything like that. And I would join all these courses dedicated to get myself agency leads so that I can go ahead and close them. Because I'm like, okay, if I get 10 leads, I'll probably close like 5 of them, 50%. And I'll be like, okay, I'm at 10K a month in a week. And it was just that impractical mindset. I mean, it is possible, but without any sort of training on sales, it's definitely exactly like a pipe dream. It's what it is. So like my struggle was incorrect mindset, I think. Just investing in things that weren't part of what my journey needed at that point. Like at this point, leads can come in and great. Like I know how to handle them. I know how to sell them. But at that point, I needed to focus more on how to handle the sales process and understand sales itself, because no matter how many leads I got in, I didn't know what to do with them. They weren't converting at all. And once I realized that, once I joined Agency Hypergrowth and realized how easy it is to book 10 to 15 calls a week, it wasn't an issue of where the lead's going to come from. It's an issue of, okay, now I got to close them. How do I do that? And that's where you guys came in and just like helped me tremendously. And I thought I was good at sales. And then Brian obviously gets on the phone. He's like, yeah, dude, you need a lot of work. And I'm like, what? No, I'm okay. And he's like, no, yeah, you need to work on some stuff. But nevertheless, like the great part about you guys is that you tell it how it is, because there's no reason to sugarcoat it. If there's something you need to work on, then you need to work on it. There's no reason to tell you you're decent or good at it. And that's just going to set you up for failure down the road. So it was really cool coming into the program and just being told that, okay, I need to work on this. I'm okay at that and focus on that. Like it was really tailored for me. So I know I kind of digressed a little bit. I think it comes with hanging out with Aaron too much. Just talking about random stuff. Sorry, Aaron, if you're listening. But yeah, one of my struggles was just understanding that leads wasn't the biggest issue. It was that figuring out how to sell to those leads. Because you can get 100 leads, if you don't know how to sell them, you'll make $0.
Yeah. 100%, man. So what were some of the things you were doing before working with us, like trying to get clients and meetings? And
dude, I tried running Facebook ads for my agency. Don't do it. Dude, I'm sorry. I think Brian was watching this, and I kind of hope he wasn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I wasted like $1,500 on Facebook ads because I spent money on a course that was like $1,000 or something. He's like, yeah, just run ads, and then you can just get clients really quickly with this funnel, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. And so I bought the funnel, implemented it into ClickFunnels, all that stuff, started running ads. And then I got such shitty leads. Like I would get like engagement from people over the country, like not even in the same niche I was going after. And I was just like, what is happening? And I kept at it for a month. and nothing happened. It was just like, that was one of the biggest mistakes that I made. And then obviously after joining, Brian's like, yeah, you're not touching ads until you're like after 15K a month. I'm like, okay, yeah, I agree. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, dude, you paid your tuition, man.
Yeah, definitely paid my dues. I know when I walked in, I was against the wall, so I definitely just had to do what it took. And that's, I think, what got me there.
Yeah, 100%, man. Cool. So before working with us, you were kind of just trying to throw enough crap against the wall and hoping something would stick. The ads just kind of all over the place is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the journey. I mean, like, where are you now, dude? Tell us about the current state of the agency and how things have changed for you coming into Agency Hypergrowth.
Yeah. So obviously when I joined Agency Hypergrowth, I was at $0 a month. And then right now, Aaron and I are sitting around like 14, 15K a month right now, recurring revenue for the agency. And that's just going to pretty much skyrocket after May 3rd, because we're in the process of putting together ads now with you guys' approval for our agency. And we know that once we get that all dialed in and we get our CPLs down, our CPAs where we want them to be, it's just going to like take off. Like our projections for our agency is to get to 50K a month by August. That's our goal. And then 75K a month by the end of the year. So I think it's very reasonable, very realistic, very practical to do that, because Aaron and I both understand very well how to sell, and we split responsibilities so that we can really increase our efforts all around all aspects of the agency. So yeah, I mean, it's like, I would say that I joined Agency Hypergrowth in a kind of different situation than most. Like I had already tried a lot of different things in the past. I'd failed a shit ton, and it was in a position where I needed it to work. Like nothing else mattered. I just needed that to work. I kind of put my priorities to the side, made like agency stuff first priority, which hindsight, I probably should have done that, but it was what I wanted at the time. So I put as much time as possible into growing it, and that's what got me really successful. And it was extreme, like 4 a.m. mornings, 12 p.m. to go to sleep. And it was just like doing that 6-7 days a week.
Dude, I remember so clearly too, man, when you first came in, like your first 3 weeks, you were a freaking animal, bro.
Dude, I didn't want anything else for that time. And then I realized that there needed to be a bit of a balance between everything, because like without that, you're just gonna burn out. So for the first month, I was like just going nuts, doing every single thing possible that you guys teach, and just making sure I implement everything. And I was closing deals left and right. And then I realized that my health was kind of deteriorating. So I needed to take a step back, go socialize with some people, because I was spending a lot of time in the cave and not really doing anything outside of that. I was doing really well with the agency, but then I realized I needed, other aspects of life to also come in. So that's where like Aaron and I were chatting a little bit. He's like, yeah, dude, like it's great that you're doing this, but like also take some time to do other things. So it's cool to have you guys around not for like just agency stuff, but life stuff in general, just to make sure that you guys are wanting to take care of us, not like making sure we have a business, but take care of us as like a person overall, not make sure we die. So I really appreciate that from all of you guys.
For sure, man. Yeah, that's what we're here for, bro.
Yeah.
Cool. So I want to hear a little bit more about like some of the stuff you did before getting into Agency Hypergrowth, specifically with like regards to the programs you were in, because you bought like a bunch of courses and stuff. Like, so obviously not naming names or calling people out, but how many like programs and courses and things like that did you buy? And like, how much did you invest altogether before coming into Hypergrowth?
Yeah. So I would say it's a lot. So I don't know the exact number, but yeah. I was probably easily like 6 to 8 different courses and programs in total, because I had to do taxes. I know the number. It was like close to 30,000 in just like that 9 months before I joined. And it was nuts. Like when I looked at like how much I spent on courses in like the end of the year, I was like, damn, $30,000, and I'm still at like $500 a month in recurring revenue. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I don't think anything. It was just really frustrating to like look back at all of that, but that's the position I was put in to do so well. in agency hypergrowth. So although I was super upset about spending all that money, it paid off because that's the state I needed to be in, I think, to do really well. And obviously, like other people do well, it just depends on the person. But me personally, that's just where I had to be. So yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, definitely, man. Cool. So, in your humble opinion,
Uh-oh.
What are some of the things that you feel makes agency hypergrowth different than everything else out there?
Dude, so I'll give you an example today. I told Aaron about this. One big thing is just how ethical you guys are. So, for example, I was talking to one guy who was asking about some agency questions, and we hopped on a call, and he told me that he has a call. I'm not gonna like name any names because I'm not that kind of person, but he told me he had a call with somebody tomorrow. Kind of wanted. He had a call with him yesterday. He was down to pay him 1,500 retainer, 1,000 to ad spend. He just wanted to see some case studies. And now this guy I was talking to, he's like, yeah, I don't have any case studies, but someone told me just make up case studies and then show it to him and then just close him. And I just sat there in silence. I was like, you want to make up? And he's like asking for my opinion on it. It's like, dude, like, what? Just like put yourself in that business owner's shoe. Like, what if you were him and someone came and just showed you like a made up case study and like you don't know it, but down the line you find out about it and they're just like, well, shit, like now what? Like it's a really unethical thing to do. And what you guys teach in agency hypergrowth is so appreciated because you guys don't go around the bush or try to like do anything crazy, skeptical or sketchy or anything like that. It's pretty like cut and dry. Like this is what you need to do, and this is how you're gonna do it. And people like love the way we approach them because we do it in such a unique way. It's not a dried up method that basically every other marketer is doing to reach out to people right now. It's something uniquely different. That's one aspect, but ethicalness of it, and that's just because I experienced that today. But the other big things is just like the group support that you have. It's insane. Like you have the group chat, the private group. So if you ever have any questions, you just post it in one of those two, and you get an answer within an hour, sometimes within like 30 seconds. And like you never are in the dark about anything. I mean, it's your own fault if you don't answer a question, if you don't have an answer, because if you don't ask it, no one's going to answer it. So that's pretty much it. And then obviously the group calls, dude. The sales clinics on Saturdays that you guys hold, they're just, whew,
Can't talk about those.
tired. All right, I won't say much about them, but
gotta keep those locked away, man.
tight. Throw that key away. But yeah, dude, that's just like insane. So much knowledge on that, and just the other group calls throughout the week. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and answer them, all that stuff, and then obviously just the way that you guys teach sales, the sales process. I won't go into that too much, but it's just super unique. Like obviously, I've spent 30,000 on courses, and no one else has taught it the way you guys have. And it just, when I heard about it, when Brian told me about it, it just made so much sense. I'm like, why was I doing it this way? Like this was the opposite way. This was the wrong. Like if I wanted to make $0, this is how I should have done it, and that's exactly what I did. And so after joining you guys and learning what it should look like to sell to somebody properly, it was just amazing, and it made it effortless to like get money and get paid and close people ethically that are a good fit for you, not just anyone that has a credit card that's willing to pay. You get to a point where you decide whether you want to work with them, not if they want to work with you. You get to choose, and that's a big difference. Because early on, I feel like a lot of people struggle with just trying to take anybody with a credit card, and then they find out that they're really not a good fit. It's a shitty situation for the whatever contract they're in, and both people just want out, and it's just terrible. It doesn't work out. It's a painful experience. So yeah, that's pretty, I would say that covers it pretty well. The support, the sales process, and then just like obviously the prospecting. That's just is just insane. You guys have so many ways to get leads that once you have your sales process down, it's like game over for these leads. It's done. It's just like, okay, you can get as much money as you want. Just depends on how much time you want to put into it. It's basically what it comes down to.
Did we go off for a second?
I don't know. You disappeared for a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'm still.
I think you're good.
Are we good now?
I think so.
Can you see me? Drop a comment in the not the chat, the comment section. Oh, there we go. I don't know why, dude. I think just glitched out for a second, but cool. So let's keep going, man.
Yeah.
So, dude, appreciate the kind words, of course. So, what are some of the biggest pieces of advice you would give to A, people that they feel like they're stuck in their agency, and B, people that are in a position that's similar to you? So somebody that already has a job, they're working, they might even have a decent job by society standards and have a decent salary, but they still want to grow their agency full time. What piece of advice would you give to those two sets of agency owners?
Yeah. So first of all, if you are in a position where you're working a 9 to 5, you need and you want to grow your agency, there's a lot of people that teach you how to get leads and clients and stuff like that, but all of it requires a lot of time that you don't generally have, I guess. So you need to find a way to basically get leads and close clients on your schedule. So that's something that a lot of people don't teach. And it was very hard for me because everything that I learned from that $30,000 investing was doing things during the 9 to 5 manually, all of that stuff. And it was just not practical for me to do. What was the other question?
Yeah, no. So basically, what's the biggest piece of advice to give people that feel stuck?
Yeah. Okay. So if you're stuck, and I guess also to preface this, like if you haven't invested in a mentor before, that's something you should definitely consider, because it's like, think of it, you're in line for food. You really want that food, and there's like 20 people in front of you. And then there's that VIP line, or you can think about Six Flags, whatever. You're on a roller coaster, whatever it is. You have that VIP line, and people pay more to get on that VIP line, but not many people do it. It's a little expensive. But people that do it, they have a shit ton more fun. They get a lot more better experience out of it than the people that wait in line all day, spend 4 hours in line all day, ride 4 rides in like 10 hours. So you can think of it like that, like whether it's AHG or whatever it looks like. You gotta choose what's important for you. Like, are you at the amusement park to wait in line, or are you looking to like actually take advantage of your time there and ride all the rides? So that's, I guess, one way to put it. I know you like analogies, so.
Dude, I was just gonna say, man, I see somebody's been taking notes.
Yeah, gotta butter you up a little bit.
Dude, I just fire them off, bro.
I know, dude, you're savage. I can't keep up. I'm trying.
We'll get there, bro. We'll get there.
But yeah, cool. In a nutshell, invest in a mentor. It'll save you so much of a headache and so much time. Just make sure you do your due diligence. Choose them wisely, because a lot of them just will take your money, not do anything with it. So make sure you ask, exactly what you're getting, maybe some testimonials, whatever that looks like. But all I want to see is like you guys succeed, whether that's with them or anybody else. But invest in yourself. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Whenever people ask me about mentorship and investing in themselves and stuff, it's like, will you get strategies, tactics, things like that are a little bit more unique and that you can't exactly find? Yeah, you probably will, for the most part, unless you're dealing with somebody who's like just literally selling regurgitated stuff. But a lot of times, there's decent tactics and stuff. But really, man, for mentorship, it really ultimately just comes down to skipping the line. Like you said, it's a big thing about it is just time. Like, how much time do you really want to spend trying to figure this thing out on your own? Because making mistakes on your own costs you way more than learning of others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, makes perfect sense.
Like, money is replenishable. Everyone gets super nervous about money, but like, money is easy once you understand it. It can come to you very easily. You can lose it very easily, but you got to understand it. But time is finite. Like, it's going to go. It's not going to think about it. It's just going to pass on by. But like, people just have trouble spending money sometimes. And I mean, they'll go and buy a TV. They'll go and buy a really expensive purse. But then when it comes to investing in themselves, it's just like, no, like I got to think about it. And bewilders me sometimes, but it is what it is. Like you just got it. Everyone's in a different situation, so depends.
Yeah, man. So actually, this brings up an interesting topic. On that note of people being, a little afraid, because that's really what it is. A lot of times, just fear, fear of the unknown, just kind of really, really like, whoa, when it comes to investing into a mentor or coach or something like that. What piece of advice would you give to people that are in that state and kind of in that place right now? And what should people look at, or what should people think about when they're trying to make a decision whether or not to invest? Aside from, obviously you got to find somebody who you trust and think is going to actually help you, but for within themselves, like what should they really consider deeply?
Yeah, good question. So one thing to obviously consider, like you mentioned, is the amount of time. What's going to happen if you don't invest? Like take a look back at your past 3 to 6 months, what you've been doing, and see if there's any progress anything that's gonna change that without your investment. And you got to be honest with yourself about that, because a lot of people will be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and this, and it's gonna change in the next month or two. But most likely that's not the case. Like I've been talking with a couple of people that are agency owners, and they've been doing the same thing for 6 months, and then I tell them, okay, like find someone to invest in, and they don't. Then they wait another 6 months, and they're still in the same place. And they thought that 6 months before that things were going to change, and it's just not the truth. Like you gotta be 100% honest with yourself. Like, are things actually going to change based on what you're saying? If they are, then great, and hopefully it does. But most likely things are not, because what you've been doing for 6 months is clearly not working. Because if after 6 months you're not where you want to be and your goal is 10K a month, then something's broken, and you gotta go back under the engine, fix it, and put it back and get that car running again. But yeah, like if you're on the fence about it, like definitely take an honest look at what you've been doing, and then think about it. Like you've been wasting 6 months. Do you want to waste another 6 months? Do you want to waste another year, 2 years, 3 years? And then finally just go back to that job that you've been hating, or continue working in that job that you've been hating. It really just comes down to what your priorities are. Because if you want to like stay in the 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with that. I will never look down on anybody with a 9 to 5, because there's some people that want to do it, and that's completely okay. But if you're an entrepreneur and you have that drive of an entrepreneur, I know for sure that you don't want to work in that 9 to 5. Like it's just not the case. So if that's actually true for you, then you got to really consider it. You got to take a look at what's important for you. And if it means like not buying Netflix for a couple of months, or not eating out as much, or like saving on that new laptop you're thinking about buying, whatever it is, not going on vacation, because all of those things can come back later. You can have all of that later, but the time that you waste doing everything right now wrong is never going to come back.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. It's interesting, man, because a lot of times people don't actually think about what's called, Sam Ovens talks about this a lot as well, second order consequences, which is like, if you don't do something, it's, how it's going to affect you, but what else or who else is going to impact, right? So, when people are like, I don't want to spend money to invest, blah, 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 because I want to hold on to my money, they know the type of impact that it is or isn't having on themselves. What they a lot of times don't take into account is they're actually not only doing themselves a disservice, but they're doing the people that they love and the people that they became an entrepreneur for in the first place a deep disservice. Like for me and for a lot of people, becoming an entrepreneur is about helping their family.
Yeah.
And if you're passing up on an opportunity to be able to do that, you're not just saving your money, you're hurting your family, your mother, your whoever it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot to take into account, man, for sure.
Yeah, you gotta take risk. I mean, like you don't go to college with the assumption that you're gonna graduate with a degree. With a degree or a job. It's the same thing. Like a lot of people go to college and don't get jobs, and they complain about being unemployed. It's just like, it's what it is. Like you invest, and sometimes it's gonna be really successful. Like from most people, when you invest, you see some sort of success. It's just a matter of how you absorb that information. But yeah, if you don't invest, like you're just going to keep sitting there. And then, like you said, you're not just disappointing yourself, you're letting everyone else down that like you told you'd help.
Yep. 100%, man. For sure, brother. Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Who has questions? This up to a live Q&A. So Jacoby asks, what is a good resource to begin, quote unquote, knowing money?
Knowing money.
Could you clarify the question a little bit, Jacoby? Like, what do you mean by knowing money? Do you mean like the technicals about personal finance, or?
I guess I'll touch on that a little bit while he's answering.
Cool.
Just something I learned. Money really just follows value, perceived value. And a lot of people like me were undervaluing their services, like example, $500 a month. But what I didn't realize is that while I'm charging $500 a month, what he's actually getting out of it is better life for his family, successful business, taking his kids to college, buying vacations for his family, all of that stuff. And I'm only charging $500 for that. So money is easily understandable once you realize that you got to portray the value properly to your prospect. So if you're only selling in a logical manner and not also outside of logic, you're only going to sell things for $500 a month. But when you start showing the prospect all the value that you're actually providing them outside the business, that's when you start charging more for your services, and you deserve to charge more for your services because you're impacting that person in numerous ways outside of just the business. So I don't know if that's what Jacoby was asking about, but that's just something that I've learned a little bit about money, that it just really follows the highest perceived value. Like if person A is only doing this and person B is doing this, then money's going to go here. It's that simple.
Spot on, man. Whoever provides the most value will make the most money.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple. Jason asks, what was your skill set before you entered as far as fulfillment?
Yeah, for fulfillment, I thought I was like super good at Facebook ads. I was okay. I got like decent results for some people. Generally always ROI for the clients that I had. I think there was only one client that I didn't do an ROI, and it was because it was a really weird market. And I set the expectations before we started working together, saying that, hey man, like, I don't really know if this is going to work, and you can try it, but just understand that it's going to be a market study for this campaign. So he was on board with it, and we didn't do that successfully. But since I set that expectation that, hey, we're doing research on your market, and that could have been my fault, but I think it was important that we did that framing to set the expectation, so like no one was really disappointed at the end of it. If it did well, it would have been great, but unfortunately, like, it didn't. But to answer his main question, my skill set on ads was pretty decent, and then that's really all I knew, Facebook ads. And then once I joined Agency Hypergrowth, I started learning more about all the other stuff, just SEO and Google ads and Instagram ads, all that stuff, just because I wanted to have a better, more rounded knowledge, since I could start offering some of those things. Because if you're talking to a prospect and they ask you some questions, you should at least know high-level answers for those things. So yeah, I would say decent Facebook ads knowledge, nothing crazy.
Yeah, spot on, man. Dude, this guy Hakeem, man.
What do you say?
He says,
Uh-oh.
Rumor on the street is if you join Agency Hypergrowth, you turn into a gorilla. Is that true?
Dude, Hakeem always has the best questions.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Not even questions, just comments, general.
Everything, dude. Kills me, dude.
You got to come on and just it's awesome.
So actually, there is scientific evidence that when you come into the program, you get a hint of gorilla injection.
Oh my gosh, dude. You can't be telling people this. This is that extra sauce that we give people once they join.
I know.
You're gonna have fun.
Gotta keep it on the DL.
Hakeem.
Oh, you kill me, dude. Cool. All right, y'all. Who has questions? Any more? We got about 13 of you guys on here. Let's get a couple more questions coming in, and then we'll wrap up.
Yep.
Okay, let's see here. So we'll wait another 2 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And if we don't have any questions, then we'll wrap up. But guess what's coming in?
Aaron confirms. Dude, Aaron's got a baby gorilla on the way. That's why.
I know, man. Vikram says, any tips on how to get my first client?
You want to take that one, or should I take that one?
You take it, dude. It's your interview, bro. You're the star. That's what
Okay.
you signed up for, man.
First client. Okay. So basically, what you got to do, most people don't know their industries. Pick a niche, go after a certain industry, and understand that industry really well. Best way to do that, best hack to do that. I don't know if Sebastian's going to let me say this, but I'm going to say it. Just go ahead and start calling these people. Just ask them and frame it this way. Just be like, hey, running an agency, I'm thinking about working with, let's say, landscapers. Just want to understand like what you guys are struggling with, blah, 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 ask them questions about their main issues. And do not whatsoever try to bait and switch and pitch them on that call. Treat it as a value only for yourself, pretty much. And then if you know something, like do some research on them, on their company before you call. If they're doing something wrong, just tell them like, hey man, like I noticed you don't have a pixel installed on your website, or if the ads that you're running on Facebook are like pretty shitty, just tell them, hey, I would switch up this, this, and that. Whatever. Give them as much value as you can for helping them, for them helping you. And based on that, like it's really just a law of reciprocation at that point. Like you give out something, like something is bound to come back to you in return. And they're gonna ask you, you just be like, hey, yeah, like cool, like you're an agency, like how can you help me? And from there you just take it and you call enough people, and that's like probably the quickest way to go get your first client, like organically. You can probably get one client next week if you do that. Make a bunch of calls. That's what I would suggest. I don't know if Sebastian has any other advice, but that's just what I thought of right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely not a scalable model.
Yep. Not at all.
But if you want my honest thoughts would be go into the mind of somebody who already has exactly what you need, hack their mind, download, as I say, everything that they have up here, and then go and do it exactly how they say. That is pretty much like a surefire way to succeed in pretty much anything, honestly, man. Like if you want to be the best at basketball and you spent a week with Kobe and literally for hours every single day, all you did was learn exactly what's in his brain, the way he thinks, the way he operates, the way he moves on the court, and then you go and did everything almost to a T the way he showed you, you're going to destroy everybody.
Yeah.
Like it's just guaranteed, just how it goes.
It just comes down to reps. Like people do not too quickly. They say after 1 week they've done too much, and it's like, what? You got to keep going.
Yeah, exactly, man. So my advice to anybody really would be find somebody. Doesn't have to be us. It could be literally anybody that you guys want to work with, and just go and, as I would say, download the data that is their knowledge, and go and apply it. That's like the most surefire way, as I said, to see success with your agency and anything you want to do. So, yeah. What does Karan like to do when he's not being a solar savage?
Who said that?
You know who asked that.
Oh my God. Hakeem. That's a good question. As of right now, it's been super busy just because I've been still working the 9 to 5, all that stuff. But when that transitions out, I know Sebastian likes martial arts. So in a similar way, not really martial arts, but just fitness wise, I like calisthenics a lot. I don't know if you guys know Chris Heria or anybody, Austin Dunham on YouTube, all those people. But I'm a big calisthenics fan, so I've been doing that a little bit in the mornings right now. And then when it gets nicer out in Indiana, I have a motorcycle. So I'm going to get that ready, take that for a ride throughout the summer. But yeah, other than like that, like it's usually just hanging out with friends when I get the time. Recently, I haven't had too much time just balancing everything. But yeah, like staying fit, eating healthy, riding the bike. Those are generally the things. I live a simple life, dude.
That's what matters most, man.
Yeah, love what I do.
Yeah, and that's what matters just as much.
Yeah.
Sure. Cool. All right, y'all. So I don't think we have any more questions. So we got about 12 of you guys on here, though. So if anybody has any last questions for Mr. Karan, drop them right now. We'll give it another 30 seconds or so. And yeah, dude, this was good, man. This was awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, wait. I think we got one more.
Okay.
Let's say that I close a client. What's the next step? paperwork/contracts? That's a long question, dude. It requires a long answer.
You take this one.
Paperwork and contracts. Biggest piece of advice, don't overthink it. Send them a simple contract, take the payment, get them results. It's all comes down to, man. Don't overthink it. There's plenty of contracts you can find online. So what's not important, or excuse me, what I should say is what you need to worry about is actually closing the clients.
That's
Getting
it.
the contracts, the paperwork, that'll be there.
It's all details. People just worry about it.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But being able to get on the phone with somebody and compel them to say, you know what, I want to give you my credit card information. I want to buy from you. That's an art and a science in itself, right?
100%.
Allison asks, I guess this will be the last question. Have you or anyone you know in this field ever run into legal issues / being sued?
Me personally, no. I have not run into any of those issues so far. I think that just comes from framing your expectations from the onset. If you start off and you ask somebody and you tell them that oh, hey, I'm gonna make you you're doing $5K a month, I'm gonna get you to $100K next month, and you're only gonna have to spend $500, then yeah, you're asking to be sued. That's where it comes down to. But if you set proper expectations for everything and it's reasonable and then you come close to it or exceed it, then yeah, you're not gonna have an issue. Most people aren't gonna go out of their way to take all that effort unless you really, really did something insanely ridiculous.
Yeah. Getting sued in this space is pretty hard. You have to I don't even know. I've never gotten sued, so I couldn't tell you. But you'd have to do something pretty outrageous. Yeah. Another thing, don't worry about it. Cool. All right, y'all. This was awesome, man. Appreciate you taking the time to come on. This was really good. I hope this helped. If for those of you guys that are on here, actually, we'll do a little exercise. Oh, this is like a Brian-esque exercise.
Okay.
So I want everybody that's on right now to give me their biggest takeaway in the comments. And whoever has the best takeaway, we're going to send you something very, very special in the mail. Can't tell you what it is. It's a mystery gift, but you're going to like it. So biggest takeaway right now. There's 12 of you on here. So let's get some comments coming in.
Yo, while they're doing that, check your message.
Cool. Alrighty, let's see here. And then after we do the biggest takeaway giveaway, we have another announcement that I almost forgot about. Almost forgot.
Dude.
Come on, takeaways, guys.
Let's go. Let's see what you guys got. Hopefully.
We've got 10 people on.
Aaron, you don't want this one. It's not for you.
Yeah, it's not for you, bro. You got enough gifts, man.
Too many gifts.
Too many, man. Okay. I guess no one has takeaways.
Jacoby. Vic Crum. All you people.
And then once we get some takeaways coming in, we'll do we'll make the announcement. That's really, really important. Come on now.
Who else is on here? Jason. Dude, you're still watching. You gotta have a takeaway.
Come on, guys. In the meantime, though, let's see. Allison says, I didn't get to watch the whole thing. Whoops. But in these last 7 minutes, you have to give to get. The more you give genuinely and generously, the more you get. 100%. I like that all. Biggest takeaway, don't overthink, just do. Invest in yourself and get a mentor.
Whatever, Aaron.
Aaron, chill out, dude. Chill out, bro. Okay, so we only got 2 comments. Okay. Hold on one sec.
Oh, Pedro. Yeah, a part of transforming into a gorilla, the analogy of downloading someone's mind and execute it. It's my favorite. That's a good one. I like that.
I like that, dude. Huh. I'm deciding if I want to give Pedro the mystery gift because he's already.
I don't know. Well, okay. Well, Celine said something too.
Really focus on your mentor's mindset, mental process, and download it. Make it your own.
Yeah.
You guys are good. You guys are good. Oh, fuck. Dude, you got to pick it, bro. You're the star.
I got to pick it?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. All right. Well, Pedro and Celine, dude, I don't know. They're already in the group, right? Yeah, they are.
I'm saying, man.
But we're just picking the best one.
Path.
We're just picking the best one, right? It doesn't matter where they are.
Yeah. So Jacoby says everyone's on their own path. 1, maybe 30K. Whoops. New comment. 1, maybe 30K in before they realize they need a mentor, or just 7 like myself. There's a big realization before you can take violent action. I like that. Violent action. Crom says, biggest takeaway for me is that you should focus about getting the client, follow the people you look up to, like you said about Kobe. Someone's paying attention. Follow and invest in someone who is where you want to be.
Dude, I like that one a lot. I always look
at it too.
10 times ahead of me.
Cool. Vikram.
That's
it.
Picked.
You won.
Congratulations.
Your gift. I can't tell you what it is yet, but we'll shoot you a message after this live, and we'll get you billing info, or I mean, shipping and mailing and shipping info, billing info.
You're gonna charge him for it.
Cool. So let's rock out this announcement. So, guys, special announcement that I am so stoked about. Like, this jacks me up because I love doing things like this. So, Mr. Karan has now officially joined the agency hypergrowth team.
I'm scared. I don't know what to do.
You scared, bro?
I'm not sure about this. Can we do a trial, 30-day free trial?
You want a trial, bro? You want to do a free trial? You getting cold feet?
I think so.
Yeah.
Even Brian, Aaron has all these baby things now. You know, he's gonna send.
We're pretty scary guys, man. We're pretty. I mean, I'm like semi-intimidating, but Brian's like the real.
Brian's on another level.
He's really intimidating. But no, seriously, don't mind the ambulance as always. The friendly sounds of the concrete maniacal jungle. So, Karan is now officially part of the team. He is a senior advisor here at Agency Hypergrowth. So, for those of you that have any questions at all, literally, it can be anything you want to know more about agency work, stuff that you are having trouble with. More specifically, if you have questions about Agency Hypergrowth, how it works, what's entailed, how you could potentially work with us, Karan is your guy. Okay.
Yep.
So a lot of you guys in the group will start to get messages from Mr. Karan, especially as we start to put out more training and free content for you guys. You'll start to hear from him a lot. So this is also really just an awesome way to intro you to the group. So now everybody knows who you are. You're like a celebrity, bro.
Yeah, dude. I was like a little hidden diamond. Now I'm out there.
Now you're just out there to see, dude.
Troublesome.
The secret is out.
Uh-oh. Thank you, Allison. Thanks, guys. Yeah, dude, I'm stoked. Super excited, man.
Dude, I'm stoked for you, bro. I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
But yeah, you guys are going to see some good content coming out from me, and then put out some training from Brian, Sebastian, and obviously, like you said, any questions, agency-wise, I guess maybe even life-wise, if I can help you, I'll try. But mainly agency stuff, I'm the guy. I can help you out. Yeah, we'll just go from there, and then we'll chat, see what I can do.
Awesome, brother. All right, guys, this is really fun. Again, man, thank you so much for coming on. This has been super, super awesome.
Yeah,
and yeah, we'll see you guys soon. We got a ton of training coming out, and stay tuned for that. Peace.